Hello and welcome to Phoenix Point. My name is Valderoom and let's get into it. I will be playing with all DLCs activated. Those that are released so far. I will be playing veteran because I like to take the game slow and chill like. Let's start. There will be an introduction. I will let it play. You can skip it if you want.
The Phoenix Project was founded on October 24th, 1945. The Second War to end all wars was over, but there were those who understood that we could no longer afford to think in terms of nations and empires. For a time, the Phoenix Project successfully navigated the political conflicts of its era. That was our golden age. Phoenix Project operatives scoured the world for clues. We had bases in 24 countries. Even the heavens were not off limits. But out there, on the far side of the moon, began our downfall. The failure of the Phoenix 2 mission exposed us to our enemies in the UN. Stripped of resources and scattered to the winds, we were reduced to a secret, a memory. When the Pandora virus woke up, we should have been the first line of defense. When huge clouds of mist appeared over the sea, when people started vanishing, we should have figured out what was going on. And when those people started coming back, changed, hostile, alien, we should have been ready to fight, but we failed. The ecosystem started to change, imperceptibly at first, then faster and faster. 3 factions arose. New Jericho, trying to restore order and purity. Sanhedrin, hoping to build a world without hierarchies. And the disciples of Anu, a new syncretic religion dedicated to adaptation and biological change. At war with the world and at odds with each other, these factions cannot find a way forward. Now the mist is returning and armies are rising from the sea. Without the Phoenix Project, humanity will fall. It's time to rise from the ashes.
If I'm right, we started in Central Asia. First things first, let's get to research. I will keep screens like those open for a bit so you can read them. But let's get started with the research. And those are points of interest. Let's go see what they have to offer. You can pause the video to read, but we're just going to jump into it right now. Okay, we have our heavy. Just going to give them the basic equipment, medkits, oh, and a medkit, because we want them to be able to heal during missions and not die. I will have a self-imposed Iron Man mode because unlike XCOM, Phoenix Point does not have an Iron Man mode yet. And for those interested in Phoenix Point, It will be released later this year in December for Steam and other platforms. I'm not yet aware if it will have Steam Workshop though.
Channel open.
That's something we'll have to wait
Making
for.
haste.
I've played this game a couple of times, so I'm just going to rush in, get my soldiers set up.
Dashing.
And try not to bore you to death.
Sprinting. My turn. Let's get moving.
Well, we didn't see anyone appear yet. So let's go and turn again. Oh, we have someone at the door.
Ready to rumble.
By at the door, I mean in the game.
Let's do this.
Let's say hello. Apologies. Bit of a dry throat.
That was a kill.
That's the first enemy down. We can see two more here, indicated by the red signals, which is kind of obvious.
Let's get moving. Action.
Well, they got a chance to fire off a shot towards us, so let's disable the arm.
Moving now. Ready to fire.
There we go.
I saw move. I see them. Moving.
A good thing is to use grenades, because grenades are really good at disabling limbs. We didn't disable her limbs at all. As you can see, they do damage to almost every part of an enemy's body. There we go. Actually, we're going to keep her alive because that will give us a chance to use our medkits the next turn. Sometimes wounded enemies will try to evacuate to the other side of the map, which is fine by me, but because by the time they reach the end, they'll have bled out. Or they already bleed out. That's fine with me too. Oh, that's nice, a sniper already leveled up. XP is obvious to anyone who has played games before. SP is skill points. Status, level up, injured, etc. So let's continue.
I'd always assumed the Phoenix Project would return one day, even after Symes disappeared. It seems to be the defining pattern of your history. Fall, then rise again. I wonder if this points to an underlying weakness or an underlying strength. I suppose time will have to tell. Time and the choices you make. After all, you are not necessarily defined by what has come before. You can be whatever your will allows you to be. That is the essence of the human experience. That is why I did not intervene. We could have stopped those soldiers ourselves easily enough. But I needed you to see, to understand that far more is at stake here than just our ecosystem or our genetic purity. We are being robbed of what makes us human, our will. I fear neither the utopians at Sanhedrin nor those Anu fanatics really understand that. If you can recognize the real nature of the threat, perhaps we can work together on stopping it.
Well, that was the first faction mission for New Jericho. New Jericho is basically a full-on militarized army using force to fight the virus, which is great and all, but I don't think I remember a time where a gun killed a virus, but oh well. And this is the first Sanhedrin diplomatic mission. Since early game diplomatic missions do give us a chunk of resources, we'll just go ahead and do this as well. So we're back at the equipment screen, the inventory, etc. Since Etna leveled up, we can go to training and select her first skill. And since I usually spam this ability on my snipers when she unlocks it, I'm going to increase her will already. Because willpower will allow you to use special abilities and prevent soldiers from going into a panic. Which is good because panic soldiers will not shoot or fight back like they do in XCOM. Which is also a good thing because they won't try to shoot your guys. But let's go help Sanhedrin with the little thief problem. You know, I really enjoy the atmosphere and aesthetic of the Sanhedrin maps. Just look at how clean and crisp they are. Just going to go ahead and scout with my heavy.
Here goes.
And we only see one of them. Opening the info panel will show the abilities, the class, the armor, and the weapon. Their health, their willpower, basically everything you need to know about your enemy. Since we can't do much with the heavy except move, but he's already in a great position, we're just going to stand by. Since we know that this is the only enemy relatively close by, we're going to move closer and spot another enemy. All the way to back. There's not much full cover here, so oh, there's plenty of trees. So let's just move them in better positions. This doesn't function as full cover somehow.
Running. Moving out.
Let's see. Oh, now they're alerted. We literally just flew by with a jetpack. I guess for thieves they are blind? Which is totally fine by me, because that means we get an extra chance not to get shot at.
Comms online.
I always like to use my sniper first for the damage. One good thing to do is stack up those bleeds, because
Aiming.
if you can make an enemy bleed to death and to waste less ammo,
Kill confirmed.
all the better, right?
I'll keep my eyes open.
That enemy is not in our visual range, so we're just going to overwatch. I will move my heavy closer to that other person. Now we've alerted the other one.
I'm on Overwatch.
Oh, we can fire off one shot. The good thing about Phoenix Point is that you can aim at individual parts. Oh, that shot went wide. Assaults do get to shoot twice if they do not move, which is great. But we're going to use that last turn to overwatch.
Missed.
At least you tried, guys. I have no idea why
Confirming tag.
you shot at a tree, but that's okay.
Channel open.
See? Can we melee this person?
Let's do this.
Hello. Yes, we can. There we go. Bash with heavy weapons is extremely strong because it takes into account weapon weight. Your strength bonus, and any perks that has to do with extra damage
Right there.
for melee. Although I'm pretty sure strength does not increase normal melee damage. There we go. It was far easier than the new Jericho mission. Now everyone is level 2. Great. Let's go ahead.
Hi there. My name is Athena, and I'd like to thank you on behalf of Synedrion as a whole. You know, outsiders sometimes think of Synedrion as a bunch of naive, helpless people living in a big bubble. And I know we can appear that way. But the truth is, we are more like a powder keg. Trying to build a truly democratic society without hierarchies involves a lot of arguing. The terraformers want one thing, the polyphonic tendency another. Zara clashes with Nikolai, Stas tries to keep everyone calm. Every haven has a totally different set of priorities. And then something like this happens. I'm being honest about our flaws, because I think, crazily enough, the whole thing works. We've built something remarkable, given everything we've been through, and the Phoenix Project could help us really make a difference on this wretched planet. Think about it, please. We have a lot in common, and here's your payment. We believe in people being rewarded for their labor.
I usually click option 2 because you actually do get more supplies.
You're welcome. I hope we can work together again.
This was Synedrion, basically the science nerds. They believe in coexisting with the Pandora virus. Now we're just going to go ahead and go to the next exploration point.
Research complete.
Feel free to read this or pause the videos. Now we have new research. We're actually going to bump up Haven recruitment protocols because it will allow us to recruit soldiers from havens that have training centers. Well, we see the disciples of Anu also have a problem, but with mutated forms. Sounds great. Let's just check everyone's abilities. Bash and melee attacks deal 50% more damage. Great, because we love using bash. Going to add a bit more will and a bit more strength. Oh, dash. and far-sighted, which is actually a really good perk. In my eyes at least. Even though I'm short-sighted. Why not, right? And I already had 2 levels earlier. So helmet. Just dash. We can't access those abilities yet until we reach that level. On assaults, I usually go for speed. Because you want them to get to the action as soon as possible. Let's just go ahead and deploy. I try not to talk too much because this is my first time recording and yeah. I'm still like trying to get into the mood. And this is why the jetpack is so amazing, even though it won't allow your
Let's
heavy
try
to
this.
shoot again. At least they can travel large distances and scout for you.
Channel open.
There's one worm already. What I usually do here, which is a very lazy
Moving
tactic,
out.
just Overwatch camp. Because fireworms, if they explode, they well, it already says here. And fire in this game is no joke.
I saw move.
It will ruin your soldiers. Which is why I go with this.
Got you covered.
Because I try to not lose a soldier early. Because of some worms. Here they come. I actually don't think they spotted us yet.
On it.
And now they have.
Holding position.
Shall we jump down or not? Because I know there's more worms here. You know what? Let's just wait. Wait and see.
One needs to worry about.
Well, it seems there are no more worms up there. Or down there. From our heavy's perspective. So we're just going to go down. Let's see, 2 more. We're going to punch this one to death.
Channel open.
I'll keep my eyes open.
And we're gonna set up another Overwatch camp. And the worms have got the attention of our heavy.
That's a
Because there's gaps here, the soldiers think they can fire to them. So we wasted a few shots there. Going to rush this one up ahead to assist the heavy. There we go. Oh. Yeah. Let's hope that one doesn't do that much damage.
Aiming.
What's our plan?
Cause I think I made a mistake. Only 16 damage luckily, and it was the last swarm.
Normally, when we encounter a potential ally, we first send the Apostle to the Onceborn to check them out. But I'm gonna break protocol to say thanks. Now listen, I'll be honest with you. The Exalted is the only one who has any real answers. Tobias West may be clever and Synedrion may sound great, but only the Exalted is dealing with the world as it actually is. She can lead us out of this mess. Give us lives worth living.
Selecting the first option gives you more resources.
If you want to work with us, you'll still have to deal with the hierarchy. Work your way up from the Apostle to the Onceborn, to the Keeper of the Threshold, all the way up to the Synod of Yearning and the Exalted herself. That's hard work. You'll have to earn the knowledge you gain. But trust me, it'll be worth it. And if the Synod gives you trouble, let me know.
What a friendly guy. He's offering us help. Oh, that's the disciples of Anu. We can perform an autopsy. Let's get this one as well. And let's continue. I guess we can investigate it. Well, that's great research. This adds to your current research. So, like the Haven recruitment, it will probably be finished right now because of this, which is great. I think we have to move first.
Research complete.
There we go. Well, that's good news.
Research complete.
Feel free to read this and pause. And here is the second cinematic. Enjoy.
New Jericho was one man's vision, and everything depended on that one man. Before the war, Tobias West had been a billionaire. an elusive, controversial businessman who denounced war even as he profited from it. When the world fell, his empire began to rise. Some said he was a genius, a man of principle, dedicated to equality and merit, fighting to preserve the core of human freedom, our will. They said he had a plan, that he could lead us to victory. Others called him a dictator, a megalomaniac, fearful of infection and obsessed with purity. They said he was willing to do anything to win, no matter the cost. The Phoenix Project needed allies. New Jericho could help us turn the tide, but it all depended on one man.
Yeah, recruitment, trading, even trade protocols, I mean, Jesus. Just gonna go to the next spot.
Research complete.
And here we have Sanhedrin. And let's go to the cutscene.
Sanhedrin was built on a dream, a world without hierarchies, without leaders, where human beings could embrace the potential of technology without its destructive side effects. The radicals of the old world had been proven right. The status quo could not sustain itself. But what now? What was the next step? Some argued for coexistence with the Pandoran ecosystem, hoping for a peaceful solution. Others advocated putting humanity before nature and claiming the planet for themselves. Trusting in the safety of their havens, the people of Sanhedrin argued about the best way forward. But the Pandora virus had little interest in their arguments, and its power was still growing.
Always fun when the virus just wants to kill you, and you're just arguing. Really makes you think about human stupidity. Nice, another haven. Let's actually see how tired our troops are right now. 26. If stamina reaches below 20, they get exhausted and they will have less action points. So be sure to check your troop stamina. I don't need extra soldiers yet, so we'll skip this one and get to this area because, as research said about the mist, it's best to find havens near the mist so you can defend them. As you can see, havens have started offering soldiers. Greenish liquid. Sounds delicious, might be Monster Energy. Well, we're just going to contribute and hope we get something good from this. There we go, even more research.
Research complete.
Well, this research will also proc another cutscene, so let's get to it, people.
Randall Symes was the last leader of the Phoenix Project. His great-grandfather had been there when it was founded, and he was there to witness its end. When we took back Phoenix Point, we found his notes. In his final days, as the world collapsed around him, he'd been working frantically to understand the Pandora virus. Somewhere in the complicated history of the project, in decades of missions and investigations, there had to be an answer. His notes were damaged, too many of the files corrupted. But perhaps, if we could retrace his steps, we could figure out where his journey had taken him and what the answers he had discovered would mean for us.
Well, that's interesting. But sadly, we're going to return to base first. And I'm actually going to wrap up the recording here because it's only been 40 minutes. Time sure does fly by. And just want to say thank you for watching, and if you have any feedback, please leave it behind in the comment section below. Thank you so much. Bye.